on time is white supremacy? Because what are they always on time to do? Oppress.
So I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna say out loud what a lot of people are thinking. You are not oppressed. I am not a racist. You have African American only universities. Can you fathom if white people tried to have whites only universities? Oh, but I forgot, right? It's only segregation if white people do it, right? That's right. Oh, and Black History Month. Can you imagine if we tried to have White History Month? See, your ancestors were oppressed. You have never known oppression the way that, just stop. Not all white people are racist. Not everything is white supremacy.
Yes, this is a topic I don't want to even talk about, but it is necessary we look into this. This lady was banned on TikTok for simply calling this out. She said something on this video because I see this often to say, my ancestors fought for this country. They were sold for slavery, so America was better by them. That has been a topic of discussion I see on daily basis, but they forget one thing. You cannot take all this to yourself. Every person should be part of the discussion.
In the country that my ancestors built for, your parents came over as immigrants, brought you over. You made millions, according to your resume, off of this country, and you have absolutely not been involved in civics. One, not voting, and two, let me just ask, because I know you mentioned earlier you don't want to sit around at the debate and talk about accomplishments. Let's make the accomplishments pretty simple. In high school, were you ever a class?
I do disagree on what you said about affirmative action, because I feel like without that legislation, I don't think black people stand a chance. We had to create the legislation to even have a chance.
The way to do this is actually ensure equality of opportunity, educational access at an early age, which, by the way, we don't have in this country.
You cannot take all this to yourself. Your parents built this country and mine did. So why should you always claim, taking all the credit? It has been a major issue, and I get offended when I see this white, black kind of discussion. It is just like a video I reacted from the Breakfast Club where Vivek actually called this out. It is a major issue in our society that racism is something people benefit a lot from. Race baiting. I've been saying this over and over. I think this is not the first, second clip I've done, particularly to racism. We can't solve these issues if we don't stop talking about it. Vivek recently sent this out on Twitter. Europeans were being sold into slavery in some part of Africa, while Africans were sold the highest into the Arab world. So bringing in comparison to talk about this issue of slavery should not be.
Of the black community decided to jump up and start screaming that everything is white supremacy. I never saw color until you painted yourself with color. I've never been racist. And now apparently me showing up on time and having respect for other people's time makes me a white supremacist. You need to stop crying about all of the oppression that you're not actually experiencing. This is not what your ancestors fought for. They would be embarrassed. They would be embarrassed. This is not what they battled to end. And like it or don't, But the way that you come at white people is the exact thing you accuse us all of doing to you. But unlike you, I'm going to simply say that it is not every black person that does this. It's that select few that want a handout and can't take accountability for what you're doing, so you got to blame it on white people. Get over yourself. I want to preface this video by saying that what I'm about to say is not directed toward any of the black community that has any sort of self-respect and doesn't play the victim game. If that isn't you, this doesn't apply to you. However, let's talk about it. Because I'm white, I can't speak on the experiences of black people. Okay? Then what gives you guys the right to speak on the experiences of all white people? You guys have decided that we are all inherently racist. We were born racist. Well, how do you know? You have no idea what I've experienced in my life. What I can speak on is what I see take place right in front of me, as can you. But you know what you've never seen me do? You've never seen me be racist. What I can speak on is what I know to be true. You were never a slave. Black people were oppressed at one point in history. It isn't this point in history. And I never demanded an entire country bend to my will because my great-grandparents...
I really pray that this should stop. When you see this division happening on a daily basis, some people are always there to point fingers at others, creating imaginary problems where they seem to be known, claiming they are oppressed. Why is it that some people don't even look at this as a major issue? Someone like me, somebody said in the comment section, is because I've never experienced racism, reasons I'm doing this kind of videos. That is not the case. I cannot say I've not experienced something like this. I have seen all types of situations, but I've not carried this on my head to be singing or hating on other people because I had one small issue pertaining to racism. And I cannot take up that decision to attribute to all white people that, oh, because I had a challenge with one person, I should attribute to the entire group of people. That is wrong. There are black people that are extremely bad. Likewise, white people. I always even hate this idea of talking about black, white, because I don't see life to be this way. I just look at people because we have blood flowing through us, like we are one people. Why should we always continue to hate each other for nothing? Just imagine.
Are the racist. You see racism rears its ugly little head in a lot of different ways. Just because you don't have a white sheet over your head doesn't mean you can't be racist. And diversity, equity, inclusion, those are not racist. Because you want to talk about how there are black-only universities. Well, sweetheart, where? HBCUs are not black-only. The smallest amount of Googling would have showed you that no, HBCUs are not black-only. Any student of any race and ethnicity can apply for an HBCU. In fact, over 1 in 10 of the students at HBCUs are white, and 5.1% are white or Hispanic. Black-only where? And the entire reason why we have HBCUs in the first place is because white people did not want black folk to get higher educated, nor did they want to share a space with black people. HBCUs provided opportunities for black Americans to pursue formal education for nearly 2 centuries. HBCUs provide students something they cannot get anywhere else, a diverse and inclusive community of scholarship. So